What's up, you guys? I am back with another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about this new blockchain-based role-playing game called Ethercraft. So, before I start, I'm just going to say that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. I will tell you what I did, and I'll justify the reasoning of why I purchased a $500 digital sword. So, Ethercraft is kind of like RuneScape. It plays out more like Diablo in a way, and it kind of has this like spin-off on Minecraft font. So it's this jumblefuck of goodness, in my opinion. I think it's awesome so far. So right off the bat, there's two developers. There's Brent, who's very active in the Discord, and I don't know the other guy's name. Apparently, one is front-end development, the other one's back-end development. Really quick, I'm just going to jump into the concept really quick and tell you more about the game. So right now, it's kind of like this unofficial ICO where they have this month-long marketplace where you can buy items that'll be used in the game, and these items won't be like these legendary items. They won't be available once the game actually releases. So, or actually, they won't be available after this month. Which this started on January. I lost the Twitter thing. It started on January 14th, and so it ends on February 14th. This little offering. So some key things to take away from what's going on right here is these legendary items. They will have this dividends payout, and it's 1/100th of your initial investment that you get back every time there's a sale after you buy. Sorry, I kind of explained that in a weird way, but I'll just show you what I just did and explain my thought process behind it. So the gun gear, which apparently is like a super overpowered weapon and is very undervalued as well. See it right there, it shows me my current dividends. I get back 0.005 Ethereum every single time somebody buys one after I have already owned it. So I bought at 117, which means that 6 people have bought after me, and now I've gotten back $30. And I bought this like 10 minutes ago. So I paid $500 and I only have back 30. But in a perfect world, since this is only 4 days old, and if you look at their Telegram, there's 264 members. If you look at their subreddit, there's 194 readers. I was comparing it to CryptoKitties because it's kind of like in that realm. It's way different, but you know, this got 19k followers. This blew up really quick. It's kind of died off a bit now, but it blew up. If you look at Ethercraft, there's only 223 followers so far, and you see the first announcement was on January 14th. So I think it looks really cool. And I don't see why this won't sell 100 more units after I bought one. If you look at a lot of these other things, like the frog hat's already at 305 sold. One important thing to take away too is the price. This is at 454. The price does double once it hits 175. So see the Ragnarok, it's going to hit 175 any minute, and this will now be 0.5 Ethereum to purchase. So to get the dividends payout and actually make good money on it, or at least cover your initial investment and then have the item left over, you're going to want to look for things under 175 and ideally even under 100. I bought the gun gear because I was told in the Discord that it's like definitely the most OP weapon, and it's like pretty much inevitable that it's going to sell 100 more or at least that throughout this next 20 so days. But if you want another one that's like this, I think the order would go buy the gun gear and then grab the Merchant's Enchanted Cologne. And then after that, it would be a toss-up between the Merchant's Enchanted Bangle and the Merchant's Enchanted Ring. They're both the exact same thing, but the ring kind of has a nicer aesthetic. But this one has less sold, so you know your odds are slightly better, maybe, if you're looking at it like that. I think that the ring will surpass in overall sales, though, just because the aesthetic on it. And then a lot of people are like, buy the frog hat, but I don't know. I think the frog hat is already a little oversold for me to buy it now. Maybe if I get back my initial investment in dividends, then I'll throw it in another one. But we'll see on that. Everybody's raving about the Peps token. So if you look at the Peps token, and one thing to keep in mind too is this game, right? So they're adding an auction house soon, which I'll be able to sell my items on there. And I can actually sell my items. Like I could go sell my gun gear sword on Ether Delta, because it's just an ERC20 token, and when you click on your inventory, it's just displaying your ERC20 tokens, which are stored in your MetaMask. If you watch my previous videos, hopefully you're already using MetaMask by now. But there's going to be dungeons, right? And if you die, you lose all of your items. So, and other people in the dungeon will be able to loot your items too. So this says, grants the holder a second life upon death, outlawed by Notorious Merchant King, Alexander, blah, blah, some lore about it. But that sounds OG, and a lot of people are saying in the Discord, which I'll link to all of these resources in the description, a lot of people are saying that it'll hit 5 Ethereum on the auction, which is pretty crazy. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, long term on this project, I mean, it could just die out. It could not go anywhere. I personally played a lot of RuneScape, and I think I'm 22. A lot of people in my generation growing up right now that are into crypto and doing this kind of stuff, I think like people that are tech savvy, I think kind of had a similar childhood. They played like RuneScape a little bit, maybe some like World of Warcraft, like various things like that. People like loot. People obviously like cosmetic items, and if items actually serve a purpose in the game too, it's even more so. And people love high risk games like Diablo. You know, you could play hardcore mode on Diablo, and I think that could be compared to this in a sense. So like I said in the beginning of the video, this is kind of like an unofficial ICO, because this is just a concept right now. There's not actually like gameplay anywhere, and we don't really know how long it's going to take. But from what I've gathered, the devs feel passionate about it. I just see a bright future for it. They're the first people doing this decentralized, blockchain-enabled role-playing game. So just that in itself has me excited. It's the first of its kind. There might be others that branch off and are more successful than this, but I have a good feeling about it. You know, I only threw down $500, which is something that I'm willing to lose, but I've already got back $30 in Ethereum, which is stable. So I don't know. I'm confident, and I definitely think I'll play the game. So why not start accumulating items? Which I should mention, there are a list of free items: the kitchen knife, the blah 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 blah. All these are free. You can just buy these by paying the gas price. So if I click on that, if I click claim, and if I just did minimal gas, that would only be, it'd be 25 cents to claim that. If you have some extra Ethereum laying around, I say you might as well do that. Who knows what these prices are going to become. Especially grab this backpack too if you're only trying to spend like a little bit, because I think these are things that you'll be able to sell on the auction for a lot more later. Because like I said, the only amount of items from this list that will be in circulation are the ones that sell in this 1 month time frame. So it's like an exclusive ICO almost, because you're getting things that aren't going to be available later, not just like a token bonus type thing. So to reiterate, if you were to buy this, I would buy gun gear, and if you don't have 0.5 Ethereum to spend, then I would probably say get the Merchant's Enchanted Cologne. And even since I first got on the site, this was at like 70, I think. So you would have already gotten back 11% of your investment if you did that. So all of these are scaled where if it's under 175, 100 would need to sell in order for you to get back your investment. And then if it's over 175, 200 more would need to sell from your buy-in to get back your initial investment. So if you don't have 0.5 Ethereum, I would say go for the Merchant's Enchanted Cologne. And if you do have 0.5 Ethereum to spend and you already bought the gun gear, I would say grab either the Merchant's Enchanted Bangle or the Merchant's Enchanted Ring. And then from there, I mean, if you can afford a Peps token, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, it's already at 1 Ethereum. It sounds super expensive, but people are claiming it's going to go to 5 Ethereum. But I mean, those people bought in at a set price and probably really want the price to increase so they get their dividends back too, right? But I think once people, like, it gets more widespread adoption and more of the lower priced things double, people will start like looking at it less of a investment and looking at it more of like use case, and they'll see that the gun gear will actually be very valuable in games. Same with the Mage Mincer. The Mage Mincer is super hyped. The Mage Mincer and this amulet are both super hyped, but they already both doubled, so I don't know. I didn't feel great about buying either of them. Apparently they're releasing more legendary weapons too, and this there's a Medium article coming out tomorrow with updates and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought I'd get this video out and explain a little bit about this, because I just discovered it. I'm super hyped on it already. I think it's a cool idea. So you see, if I go to my inventory, I got my one gun gear, and I'll click on it, and it'll show me the dividends I've already received, which is 0.025 Ethereum, which is about $30, and that was in like 10 minutes or so. And I'm expecting this to, I mean, this is 100% going to go to 175. It could go to 300. Like, I don't know. It's crazy that somebody would pay 1 Ethereum for a sword, but if it's the most OP sword in the game, and if you look at what people will pay just for cosmetic items, like let's look at RuneScape, like a party hat, the Santa hat, like in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, there's the trench coat and the bandana. People pay like thousands of dollars for that stuff. And CS:GO skins, I don't know much about that, but I know people spend a lot of money on it. So yeah, I see upwards potential of this. People are very bullish. They're so bullish on these frog hats. But once again, I don't know. They've just already doubled. And, I mean, it is like a meme hat. Like, how is this not going to be worth a lot? Especially because it's only 0.3 Ethereum right now. It's crazy to say only for something that's $350 essentially. But, I mean, why wouldn't this be $1,000? Like, if you compared party hats and RuneScape, they were worth, like, a lot of money. So, yeah, you know, hopefully I didn't make anybody like FOMO buy anything that ends up being a huge Ponzi scheme, because that's not what I want. Like I said, I'm not trying to advise you, but I'm just laying out my thought process for why I was willing to throw in $500 into buying a digital sword. So that's going to be it for this video. I will be coming out with a lot more videos soon. I'm going to get back on the video grind. I ended up ranting for like 45 minutes in a tips and tricks video, and I felt like it wasn't a great post because I wasn't concise. So I instead I'm going to make like a 5-part series that are roughly 10 minutes long each, and then go through it like quickly. So I'll have one all about security. So like having a Ledger Nano S, different local storage wallets, using a password manager because being on so many exchanges is a hassle. And then I'll have some sort of like trading techniques for finding hidden gems, spreading yourself across multiple exchanges to get, you know, all the new coins, ways to browse CoinMarketCap, stuff like that. And I'll have another one kind of touching up on technical analysis, just very basic technical analysis. So if you don't want to really dive into it, you can just have like 2 to 3 indicators which you can identify within a few minutes of looking at a graph, and then clarify whether it's a good exit or entry point. Yeah, various videos like that I will be coming out with, so be sure to subscribe. And if you thought this video was cool, drop a like. And like I said, I will have all of these resources listed in the description, so feel free to browse that and find out more info on this project. I think it's pretty sweet. I'm biased though, because, you know, I grew up playing these kinds of games, and it just looks fun. It looks like a good time. Like, community-driven, decentralized blockchain RPG. You'll be able to get in-game currency that's gold, and you'll get gold for completing like dungeons and not dying and etc. And that gold you'll be able to sell on the auction or sell to Ethercraft themselves in exchange for Ethereum. So you'll be able to farm Ethereum by playing the game. You know, I feel like there's a lot of potential, especially if they add PvP and there's risking, you know, you're in a fight with somebody. If you die, you lose like $500, dude. It's crazy. It's like EVE Online, or it's like RuneScape, or it's like Albion Online. You know, all of those kind of games spark my interest, which is why I'm excited about this. So, keynotes before I end the video. You get 1/100th of your investment every time the item is sold before it sells 175 worth. After that, it'll take 200 or more to get back your investment, right? So buy under 175 sold. This only applies for legendary weapons too. Keep in mind, I'll tell you right here which items it applies for. And the order that I would go in would be Gun Gear, Merchant's Enchanted Cologne, the Merchant's Enchanted Bangle, the Merchant's Ring, and then, I mean, if you're feeling real good about this project, it seems like the PEPS token is a good purchase. Stay tuned, because the auction and crafting will be coming out very soon, dungeons in the near future. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll be back soon. Peace out, you guys. I wish you luck in all of your crypto endeavors.